Hi everyone, this is Jessica from the Silver State Stitcher. I'm back 3 months later, but we're here. It has been a little while since I've seen you. I looked it up to see how long it was since I did a video, and it looks like it's been about 3 months. Lots of stuff has happened in 3 months. I thought I'd give you guys a real quick catch up, and then we'll get to the cross stitch. I'm on a time crunch because, as usual, we are on baby's nap schedule, so hopefully she stays asleep for this whole video. Let's see, since I last saw you guys, I turned 40. I had my birthday at the beginning of June, and my birthday treat to myself and my family was that we went to Disneyland with my mom and my mother-in-law and some good friends of ours. We did a VIP tour at Disneyland, which, if you're unaware of like all the stuff at Disney, basically involves you getting like a tour guide who takes you through the park for a minimum of 7 hours, and you get like special perks, like not having to stand in line for any of the rides, and getting VIP seating where you don't have to sit and reserve a spot for the parades. Like we went and saw the Electric Street Parade, we saw Fantasmic, we had a great time. Sophia did amazing. This is her second time to Disney. She went to Disney World when she was 1. And that, again, was more for me and not so much for her. But this time was the first time where she actually knew all the characters and recognized all her favorite people and was really into it. So she went on a lot more rides this time. And it was really amazing to get to watch her experience things that like you think are kind of cool as an adult, but as a 2-year-old, it's like mind-blowingly cool kind of thing. So it was pretty awesome to get to see that. It was the best birthday I think I've ever had, and you only turn 40 once. So as my friend Shiloh likes to say, it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It was definitely expensive, but, you know, again, you only turn 40 once, and, you know, we saved up for it, and it was well worth the money, I feel like. Anyway, all right, so that was Disneyland. Today, I had an appointment in town, which we'll touch a little bit on in a second. And afterwards, my treat to myself was getting to go to Stitcher's Paradise, which is located in Las Vegas, Nevada, which is my local LNS technically. I live all the way out in Boulder City, and so there is no local LNS out here. It's a 45-minute drive to Stitcher's Paradise if I want to be in an actual store. So as much as I love to support my local LNS, it is quite the hike for me to get into town to visit the actual store. I got a little bit of stuff from, like, bought a couple things while I was there. Some of it I can't show you because it's for an exchange that I'm going to participate in at Stitching with the Housewives retreat in July in Indianapolis that I can't wait for. That's also on news since the last time I saw you. But yeah, while I was there, I ran into a bunch of other Flosstubers and had a total like starstruck moment because it's weird to see people you feel like you know because you see them all the time every week or every other week on your Flosstube, and then you meet them live and in person. It's like a little starstruck, a little bit like I kind of feel like I know you already, but you don't know me, so this is weird. I also ran into somebody that I know pretty well on Instagram, not a Flosstuber, I don't think, but is an Instagram follower and friend, Nevada Stitcher, Barbara, sorry. I ran into her at Stitcher's Paradise today. It was really cool to get to meet everybody in person. I feel like I was a little off because we had just come from a doctor's appointment. And yeah, anyway, I hope I wasn't too weird or awkward in person. But yeah, it was a really fun, spirit boosting activity to do and treat for kind of a long day. So going back to the doctor's appointment, we'll do a little bit of a downer and then a little bit of an upper. The downer is that we've been trying to have another child for a little over a year now. And you may not know, but like I said, I just turned 40. So that biological clock is ticking. And since we've been trying for so long to have another child, naturally we've been trying to do it. We are now seeing like an expert to see if we can figure out why. I'm not going to bore you with all the details. It's very complicated, but I have other medical history things in the past that potentially could be slowing down this process. And when you're getting into your 40s, you can't be slowing down the process if you want to have more tiny humans in your life. So we are trying to get all of that squared away and taken care of. And although the appointment today, again, I'm not going to go into crazy detail, wasn't like, oh no, you can't have any more babies. It was definitely not, yay, you can definitely have more babies. It was somewhere in the middle. Like maybe there's some things we could fix to make the baby thing happen again. So anyway, that's where we're at with that. That is an ongoing process. Hopefully someday I'll be able to say that we're adding a new baby to the family, and we'll just see where God's plan takes us and how that proceeds. Let's see. Oh, and then kind of touched on it before. I, in the last couple months, had signed up for, or got on the waiting list for a couple of stitch retreats because I just felt like it was something I wanted to do and try. I've been a quilter for over 20 years, so I've been to many quilt retreats, but I'd never been to a stitch retreat. So, again, I was feeling very treat myself with the whole 40th birthday coming up. So I was like, yeah, I'll put my name on a couple lists. I probably won't get into any of them. And if I get into one, then that would be worth it. And then of course I got into two. So I got accepted to go to two different ones. So excited that I'm going to Stitching with the Housewives in July in Indianapolis, put on by Kim Gavlik of Stitch Etc. And let's see, that's in Indianapolis in July. And then I'm going to go to Stitch West, put on by Snug Harbor Crafts in Salt Lake City, which is obviously much closer to us in Nevada. Both I'm so excited for different reasons. The one in July, I'm going by myself, so that's going to be a cool new experience. I've never gone to a retreat of any kind without my mom, because she also does the same activities and hobbies as I do. So usually we'll go together, but she wasn't able to go to that one. So anyway, long story short, I will be going by myself. I hope to meet anybody who's watching this. If you guys see me there, come say hi. I am naturally a very shy, introverted person, so give me a second to warm up to you if I have never met you before. Um, it'll be an interesting experience. I haven't been on any trips by myself in over 4 years since I got married to my husband, basically. So it's going to be exciting to be without baby for a couple days. Also a little weird. Be like, where did I leave that kid of mine, kind of thing. But I'm excited to meet Priscilla and Chelsea, which is like huge for me. They were like basically the reason why I got back into cross stitching after quite a long break. And so obviously I love all their patterns and I just can't wait to meet them in person. I think it's going to be a really cool experience. And then in October, Stitch West. Luckily, my mom was able to get into that retreat, so we will do that one together, and I'm excited about that because we always like doing, trips and vacationing together, so that'll be a super fun trip. We are going to be making a couple things like to prepare for the trip. The Stitch West designers that are coming, I think it's Teresa Kogut and Little Stitch Girl, I think is the other one. And so I have plans, you'll see in the acquisition section later, I have plans to make some more project bags because I really like how my Bonnie and Camille project bags turned out. So I'll make a couple project bags to go with my new Teresa Kogut patterns that I want to start and be working on when we get to Stitch West. Let's see, I think that's it. I'm just referring back down to a little post-it so I can make sure I don't miss anything or forget anything. I think that's it for news or things and big events that have happened in our life since I last talked to you guys about 3 months ago. Oh, I forgot to mention when I was at Stitcher's Paradise who I ran into, why it was so exciting. when I first walked in the door, I recognized Kim from the Contented Stitcher. I don't know why I struggle to say that word, but from the Contented Stitcher, her name's Kim. I'm sure you guys have all seen her. She's amazing. She definitely inspires me to want to do more sampler stitching. I'm not like, I don't dislike samplers. I just never considered doing them when I got back into cross stitch. And so I have, you'll see in my whips, I have started a sampler, and that was an inspiration I took from Kim, as well as Mama Loves You GB is the one who inspired me to do this particular sampler. But I always love watching Kim kind of re-engineer charts to suit her wants and tastes, and how she feels about stitching. And I totally agree with her. If it's got too much stitching, I'm not going to finish it. So you might as well change the parts to suit what you like to stitch. So that was cool to meet her in person. We got to take a picture together. If I can figure out how to put the picture in, I'll put that in. Otherwise, you can see the picture I posted to my Instagram, which is Silver State Stitcher on Instagram, as well as on YouTube, obviously. I ran Java Girl Stitcher showed up like maybe 2 minutes after we got in the store, so it was really nice to meet Christy in person. I know that she's local to me as well, but I've never run into her like in the wild or anything like that, so that was kind of exciting. I also ran into, like I said, my friend Barbara from Nevada Stitcher. She's on Instagram. Check her page out. She's got a really cute little page on Instagram. Yeah, so those are all the people we saw. It was so nice. There were so many. Who knew that on a Tuesday morning that Stitcher's Paradise was the place to be? I am not usually at that end of town at that time, so I took full advantage of stopping in to get a little treat for myself and some stuff for a gift exchange at the July retreat. And there was tons of people in there. It was super fun. 3 finishes since I last saw you. 4 if you count one that I've already sent off in an exchange, which is on my Instagram. I put pictures up on my Instagram of the pillow that I finished, excuse me, for an patriotic exchange that I just finished. And if I can figure out how to insert the pictures in at the end, I will try and do that. But in terms of other finishes, I've got this little Lizzie Kate one, which I'm pretty sure I was almost done with last time. I just needed to finish like the strawberries and the little flowers, and I'm thinking I don't remember if the pattern called for it, but for these little strawberries down here, I might put some little white beads to kind of indicate the little dots on the strawberries to make them look more strawberry-y, if that's a word. Okay, so that's a Lizzie Kate small, I think it's like summer sampler or something. I can't remember. And again, time crunch, so I don't have time to look it up. But it's a Lizzie Kate. I do know that. All right. And then we've got, I'm sure everybody knows, everybody who's anybody has already started stitching these because they're really cute and fast. But the Brenda Gervais Keeper of the Pins, or With Thy Needle and Thread by Brenda Gervais, Keeper of the Pins. I love this. I love the color red. I ended up using DMC, hold on, I'm not prepared, as per usual. DMC 347, which I think I got that idea from Lori Holt. I think she was doing some red work or whatever, and she said that was like one of her favorite DMC reds, and when I dyed my fabric, I held it up and I was like, oh, I love it. So I bought like 4 or 5 skeins just to make sure I have enough to finish any of those projects. Anyway, so I've finished 2 and I've got 2 in whips, and I'm saying finished because I haven't done the beads, adding the beads to things. And I haven't figured out how I'm going to finish it, which is why I haven't added the beads yet. If I make it into a pillow, I won't add the beads till I'm done, I think. Anyway, this is on coffee tea dyed and slightly burnt Monaco that I dyed myself. Again, with that DMC color change. This one was really quick. Obviously, it took me like 2 days, maybe 2 nights of stitching. Got that one done. Just have to put the little pin heads on that one. And then my sole is fed with needle thread. And as you can tell, I have not ironed these yet. Do apologize. I really liked the little over one stitching on that little tiny baby strawberry there. I think they turned out pretty cool. I'm trying to get as much natural light on them as possible so you can kind of see. Without the wrinkles, they're pretty cute. I really want to have like a sampler wall. We have a very short hallway that leads to like the bedrooms in our house. And so I want to probably finish up some of those to go in that sampler hall. So I don't have to, they're not seasonal, they're just like all year round stuff. So those are my 3 whips. Potentially you'll see the 4th whip either on my Instagram or at the end of this video. Sorry, finishes. What am I saying? Those are my finishes. Let's go on to whips. Okay. Most of these have a very short amount of work on them or very small start on them. But I have touched them in the last 3 months, so I'm going to count them as a whip. Let's see, we've got, take it out of the plastic so it's not glaring at you. We've got Hands on Design, Chalkful Liberty, and I started on the small pillow part first. And let me double check. I think, yeah, I've got, I think I substituted one of these 2 colors because I didn't have any really tealy and I kind of liked a little bit lighter of a blue. But other than that, I'm pretty sure the other ones are the called for threads. Don't mind the mess that is my threads. And it's on Black Monaco. Let me see. So you can't see through it. And yeah, really, really small start. I had started to do this as my exchange gift. And then I realized, no, I really want to keep this one because I want to put it up on one of my finishing pieces that has the magnets already on it that I did for Christmas. I would like to have this one done eventually. Probably won't be for this 4th of July, but we'll see, to have displayed in my home. So I decided, as much as I like my partner who I'm exchanging with, I don't want to have to stitch this particular one twice. And then, it kind of backfired on me because I did stitch them something else. And when I finished the whole thing, I was like, I want to stitch this for me too. So I am going to be double stitching something. I just changed my mind partway through on this. Sorry if I don't put it away. I'm sure you understand. I don't have time to reorganize this stuff later, so I would end up with a mess. Let's see. I can't show you this one. Nothing to see there. That's for the upcoming retreat in July, and I'm working on finishing my piece so that I can have it ready to go for the retreat. Anyway, sorry, lost my train of thought. This one is, I'm going to tell you the name, and if I can figure out how to, I will put a picture of it here. We'll see. My editing skills have not really graduated much. But this is Ellen Barber, 1895 by Nicola Parkman of Hands Across the Sea Samplers. And this one I saw, I think it was Mama Loves You GB started it. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, I love this one. I love the colors. Let me show you the colors first. And then, yeah. Okay, so these are most of the colors. These are all DMCs. I'll tell you about these thread drops a little bit later, but I just write the number on the back of them. And this was part of my treat to myself today because I was missing one of the colors for samplers. So I went to Stitcher's Paradise and I got my first ever silk. I don't know if you can see that. But it's Soie d'Alger number 5113. It's this really pretty purple, antique violet color. So anyway, that'll go in there. I would show you I didn't print the color version of this pattern, so I can't show you that stuff. But I'm doing it on, oops, I have a whole thread situation happening here. On more Monaco that I Rick dyed myself a while back. Just trying to adjust the threads. And I just like how bright all these colors ended up. Let's see if I can get a... anyway, I like how all the bright colors really pop on this kind of darker brown mottled fabric that I dyed. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I only got that far because I was trying to avoid all the purple areas or the antique lavender sections that I didn't have the thread for until today. So I'll get to work with that later. I'm excited. Everybody says silks are really fun to work with and that they look really pretty. So we'll see how that goes. I think you just do the same 2 over 2 like you do with DMC. I probably should have asked the lady at the store. Anyway, I have 2 stitch alongs, which I think one of them's already done with the stitch along, and one of them is like mostly, or like 2 or 3 weeks in. But these are from, oh my gosh, it's like on the tip of my tongue. Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Oh my gosh, my brain is mush. Again, I don't have the picture of the, like, it's a mystery stitch along, so I'm pretty sure this is the one that's not done yet. So I'll put like a mystery picture here of what it's supposed to look like. Mostly blurred out. And then this is on Monaco that I dyed myself. And I thought I started this one. I swear I started. Oh my gosh, you're going to laugh when you see how small the start is. One moment while I fold it up to show you what I have started on this one. You're going to, seriously, if you're not laughing already, this is, I don't know if this could be considered a start, but it's literally that little bit. It's like they're marine animals, so this is like a dolphin. I got a long way to go on that one. I can't remember why I didn't get much further than that the first time I started it, but I think it was because I had to I had to finish my patriotic piece that I needed to send to the exchange, and it got moved to the back burner. Oops, just dropped my scissors on the floor. And these are all DMC colors as well. And of course it's a hot mess with some really pretty, I mean, I think they look amazing and bright and fun. And I've never done a Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery one, but I always like the colors that they choose. I think they're really pretty. Anyway, so that's that. And some of them are on drops and some of them are bobbinated. Kind of all over the place with the thread, but it takes up quite a bit, so there's a lot in there. Let me grab my scissors. Hold on 1 second. And that is in a bag that I made. I don't know what fabric that's from. The other ones were just in like plain plastic bags. All right, then we've got, again, from this book, just working on finishing more of these. And I think I have, again, 2 really tiny. I already pre-cut all of the pieces and it's all the same fabric. 1 baby start. And then this one is the one that has like the stack pyramid of like tomatoes almost on top of that. Let me see if I can find a picture of it and you can see. This one is the last one I showed you guys. So anyway, so working on that. And that's just like an easy in between other projects stitch. And usually I'll take this one with me when we're like going someplace if I have a couple minutes, because it's just very few colors and very easy. And then I got this little charm when we visited, goodness, now I can't think of the name of the place. Quilt shop in Costa Mesa, California, when we were in town for my birthday, and we had a doctor's appointment to go to for my brother-in-law. So that was that. I've got, now I'm like, did I start this one? Oh yeah, now this is probably like the healthiest of starts of the whole bunch. This is another Chalkful. I just really want to get these done so I can put them up on that finished piece that I have already hanging in my kitchen. I'm working on the small. And this one's a lot further along. Not done, but closer than any of the other ones I've shown you so far. Oh, let me put the thing behind it. There we go. So cute. And again, I think this one just got sacrificed to the fact that I had to put more effort into concentrating on finishing the patriotic piece that I sent off. And then this is just the same fabric but reversed of the other bag that I had a project bags. And I don't have it printed like the picture, but this is the one that is a stitch along that from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery that I'm pretty sure is done. Like it's all the way out. If not, it's like really close to being all the way out. So probably you could purchase the pattern as a whole at some point. And on this one, I bought the kit. So they sent me, I think they sent me the linen and yeah, I know they sent me the linen, but I can't remember if they also included the DMC or if I got the DMC, if I bought the DMC separately. Anyway, it's on, ooh, get me fancy with actually named fabric. Oh, and this is my first time trying to stitch on something other than Aida cloth or Monaco. Anyway, this is Spice, which is a cashel linen. I'm trying linen, I think is what I'm doing. We shall see how this goes. These are all the DMCs. All in Nicole's needlework. I'm going to brush off all the extras. Try and make it look pretty. Very pretty, very pretty. I just love the colors. I really like all the colors in the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery ones. I think they always look super cute. And I thought it'd be fun to do some more that I could hang in my daughter's room. I want to make sure we're going the right direction. Anyway, that's like a window in a house. Again, very tiny. And I don't know where I got this. I think I got this as part of an exchange last year. It's just a carrot needle minder. But so far it's different stitching on linen. Is it better? I wouldn't go that far. Is it harder? It's just different. And you know, when you're like in a groove and you know what you're doing, it takes, also maybe I'm just crazy because I feel like I should be able to stitch in hand, but it's hard to get your stitches to look the same, I feel like, on linen. So maybe I'll have to, because usually I stitch in hand on Monaco. Maybe I will have to break out like a little tiny Q snap or something. Although I have been looking at people using, I can't think of the name. They're these hoops. I think they're plastic or something like that. Somebody I watched the other day was talking about them and that they're available on Amazon. And they're reasonably priced, which would be something I'd be interested in because I have a couple Q snaps and I don't mind using them, but usually I use a Q snap if it's like too big to hold in my hand for like the Bonnie and Camille Shine On one. Sorry, it's getting toasty in here. I had to turn off the fan because it was making this clicky sound and that was highly annoying as background sound. Oh, I just saw a bird run into the tree outside. Things are getting crazy around here. All right, so that's all the whips I had, or new starts that I've had since I last saw you guys. Let's see. We'll go over, I have a couple finished, well, one finished object that is kind of cross stitch related because I'm probably going to use it when I go to some of my retreats later. But I finished this bag that I had started at a class at Quiltique, which is one the closest local quilt shop to me. And now that I'm holding it up, I don't remember the name of the bag. Is the name of the pattern for the bag is Inside Out. I think Inside Out pattern. Anyway, I'll try and remember to put it either linked down below or like the name of it actually. But it's like a solid. I think the fabric is so cute. There's no pockets on the inside, but all the pockets are on the outside, which gives you the name Inside Out because the pockets are on the outside instead of on the inside. But for like, I want to put wax or extra thread or a pair of scissors or whatever. I recently purchased a couple of little cheapy little scissors on Amazon because I find that the hardest part is I have a couple of scissors, but when I pull out a whip or something like that, it's nice to have like a pair of scissors that are in there. So um, or I guess I could show you. I've been storing them in my lovely glass frog, uh, which I got at a garage sale. I bought a bunch of them recently. Anyway, so a bunch of little, I mean, they're not like, are they the finest scissors in the world? No, but they're pretty solid and they cut really well. So far, no complaints. And for like 15 bucks, I think it was, you got like 3 or 4 of them. These other two in the back are not related, but these 3 in the front. Anyway, where was I going with that? Oh, if I want to keep an extra set of scissors, I would put it in there. I don't know. I figure like I need a little bag with stuff. Hand cream because I feel like my hands have lately gotten really dry. And I heard from somebody that when you're stitching with the silk thread, you have to be very careful not to like snag it or whatever with like, dry cuticles or whatever. So anyway, so that'll probably go in there. Chapstick, I don't know. Anyway, all right, so acquisitions in preparation for going to all these quilt retreats. I know when I go to quilting retreats, I usually need to have like some sort of light. Usually it's something that attaches to my machine that I take with me. So for this cross stitch retreat season of mine, I decided to go with the Daylight, I think it's called Halo Go. The box is down there. Anyway, I loved it. I think I watched Chantel 141 Designs. She did a review of this and one other one, and this one just made sense for me because I just need it to be small and collapsible, and I like how easy it is to collapse. I've already tried out using the light, and it works really good for me. And I'll just stitch up like a little case or a little bag or something like that so that it's got a little house where it can live with the charging cord that goes with this. So it's rechargeable. So far, so good. We'll see how it does at retreat, but I figure it wasn't too terribly expensive. The other one that she reviewed on her video was a little out of my price range for something I'm not sure that I will use more than twice a year at this point. I have a big standing light that sits by my stitchy spot in my living room, so I don't really need more lights other than when I'm someplace I'm not usually stitching. I've got this little container of buttons that I'll use for finishing those projects from the Brenda Gervais book, Keeper of the Pins. Found this at the same place I bought that little tomato. Man, I thought it would come back to me. The tomato charm. I got this jar of little white kind of cream colored buttons there. It's in Costa Mesa, California, and it's really big. And we went in there and I did not realize how big and how much stuff they had. If we'd had more time, I would have definitely gotten into much more trouble in there, but we didn't because we had to get to an appointment. But all right, so that's acquisition. Other acquisition, which I was enabled by, now I can't think of her first name. Man, they do not tell you when you're growing up as a young lady that when you have children, your brain goes to mush. It's not helped probably by the fact that I'm just turned 40. My brain feels like it's going to mush quicker, but I can picture her face and oh, you know what? I think her name is Jessica. My name, actually. Anyway, she had recommended this, and I used a little bit of it in finishing, not the pillow that I just exchanged, but a gift that I sent to somebody else. recently, and I just really like it. It's a tool tape, but it's got like measuring stuff on it. And I thought this would be really cute to help finish, like if I finished one of those tomatoes into like a pillow for a dough bowl or something like that. I thought this would look really cute on it. So anyway, it was reasonable. I think it was like $8 or $9, maybe $12. But you get like 25 yards. You're not going to use 25 yards. That's a lot. I'll be using this from now until forever, but it was a really good recommendation / enabling from Jessica of Sweetwater Stitcher. All right, and then I was telling you guys about my Teresa Kogut project bags that I want to make. And actually, now that I think about it, I might make like a small quilt because I got a lot carried away on Etsy. Anyway, these are all Teresa Kogut fabrics that I picked up to make some cute little, because it's going to be in October, Halloween project bags. Anyway, they were, I might link the shop below. I can't remember the name of the shop off the top of my head. It was quick shipping. I like this one with little birds. I think that's cute. I always like Teresa Kogut stuff. I just have never really purchased a bunch of her fabric before. And then I found this For the Love of Nature fat quarter bundle. And this one's the one that I'm like, maybe I'll just make a quilt out of it. Like I need another quilt, like I need to hold my head. Maybe I'll just make more project bags because that's usually what I need more of than another quilt at this point. We'll see. Who knows? And then last but not least, I know there's a company called Milk Cap. Again, I'll try and remember to look it up and link it below. I think they make new milk bottle caps. And somewhere this is late night stitching brain. I was up super late and I went on to eBay and found a lot, like a large collection of them for like 12, 13 bucks of milk bottle caps. And I just take a punch a small and a big, and then I write on the back. Anyway, I was inspired by them to do that so that I have a never-ending stash of thread drops for when I want to put things on thread drops. I like storing my DMC bobbinated, but then it gets quite bulky when you have a lot of them and you're trying to put them on a ring, or if like the other half are like Classic Colorworks or hand dyeds or something like that. I think it's easier when they're all on a thread drop. So I'm not going to unbobinate the ones that I have, but as I bring them in, I'll probably just do them on drops. And then I have to figure out a new way to organize those, which I bought another accessory to go on my IKEA pegboards. So sometime when I have more time in my life, I will go back to reorganizing how I have what used to just be all hand dyed on thread drops. I have to now organize the DMCs onto like a pegboard situation. Anyway, for that like $12, I got not the box, but look at all these thread drops potentially in the future. So I think I'm set for a little while. This box I think was from Hobby Lobby like a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, with the intention that those are going to be, it'll be a finishing piece for this, like a patriotic piece that I am probably gonna finish this year. I think it's finished. I just need to FFO it. Anyway, hopefully I think I hit all yep, that was acquisitions. And I might even try and get fancy and put like timestamps in. I don't know. Don't hold your breath, everybody. I still have to figure out how to put pictures in to this video. And other than that, I think that's it. Thanks for sitting and visiting with me. If you stuck through this long, I appreciate it. Let's see, what else? I'm just trying to, again, brain is a little bit mushy, so I'm just trying to make sure I did not forget to say anything. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new, welcome. If you like the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you don't mind leaving a comment below. I love talking to everybody on these, but I feel like I know I watch a ton of videos and I don't always comment. So just say hi. It doesn't have to be a long conversation, just so I know you were here kind of thing. It's always fun to meet new people. Like I said, I definitely feel like our little group of Stitchers is such a uplifting and welcoming group of people. That's why I'm not worried about going to this retreat in July by myself, because I know I'll meet other like-minded, welcoming, and warm and uplifting people there too to stitch with. So, and I appreciate that. Anyway, all right, sorry, I'm going to stop rambling now. Hope you guys are all having a great week, great summer. Hope you're staying cooler than we are here because it's a million degrees outside. Yeah. All right. I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully earlier than 3 months from now. Bye.